Hey fellow blacksmiths, Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Lord of the Rings Return to Moria. Episode 19, The Belegost Forge. So at the start of this stream, I want to explore beyond the pumps because we have just unlocked the way, which is down here where it reads the Belegost Forge. So I guess we know exactly where we're headed, towards the forge. I didn't want to spoil it, but that sounds good to me. And then afterwards, provided I have the material, and it seems I do, for both a camp, hearth, and a mapstone, we can then fast travel back and then subsequently decide on new goals. Have you all choose what to do next. But let's actually get to... Ooh. Excuse me. Don't drop stone on my head. Thank you. But let's get to the next zone. And then you all can poll. One probably relatively reasonable thing to do would be to try to improve our gear. Because we have tier 2 gear right now. And the Belegost stuff that we have, I think, most, if not all, of the blueprints for is going to be tier 3. We are sporting a tier 3 weapon already. But pretty soon, the tier 3 weapon's going to be out of date as well. So, we're going to have to do some gear investment. But then, there's also goals like improving the base, both in terms of functionality or aesthetically. So I'll be offering that up as a potential choice as well. I think I might be low on true stone, or true quartz. So I'm going to grab a little bit of the true quartz. So that if we have to repair the Durin lamps, I've got the materials. Yeah, most of our gear is still lower tier. And that's not all that uncommon, venturing into deeper zones. I'm actually going to pause a sec to grab some of the salt. There's a few materials that I feel like you can almost never have enough of, and salt would be one such material. I should do a better job of getting the salt when I see it.
Back to work.
Cheetos, thank you for the sub. And welcome, welcome. Alright, we got resin there, and then also just like making sure to mark everything down, because if you're ever needing a specific material and you hadn't gone marking throughout the run, you might end up in a situation where you have to go find it, search for it, and that could be really frustrating. If you're on a wild goose hunt for a material you just can't seem to find. How necessary have I found it to hop worlds? I never have found it necessary. I think even if you're building epically massive bases, there are parts of the map that are completely full of stone or adamant or granite that there's really no case that you'd have to hop worlds. I guess the only exception to that might be is if you're playing with like a bunch of other people, like let's say more than 3 or 4. You might end up in a situation where certain crafting materials are too limited to get them up to the next tier. So there might be a carve-out caveat for, oh, I'm playing with like 7 people and we just can't source enough gold for some ore or something like that. I can imagine that to be possible. But,
Quiet. I see prey ahead.
But I don't know for sure. Alright, so we've been down this way before. I definitely have enough true quartz now. I have 56. We've been down this way before, and it was blocked because it was flooded. Your elven wood never respawned? It's supposed to respawn. The other thing is, little spoiler, I'm going to be blue for the duration of this spoiler. There is a blessing that you can get to put on your weapons, which gives you a chance to get elven wood anytime you cut down anything. So if you run out of elven wood, seek out that specific blessing, and you can get elven wood on any tree you cut down.
Good. The flood is receding.
So, question to you all, now that I'm here. What do you want me to do next? That is completely not where the poll should be. Nowhere there. There we go. So I could continue on the story. I could use this Belegost forge to try to improve my gear. I could explore new areas if I missed anything. I don't think I did in the lower deeps. Except for, of course, the orc town up here. I could return there. That would be explore new areas. I could gather new materials for stuff. Improve base functionality or improve base aesthetics.
Just look at this ancient forge. What a beauty.
So I'm sure there was a lot of you that were like, hey, you have all these blueprints, but why haven't you built with them? And the answer is pretty simple. I hadn't unlocked the Belegost forge yet. But here we are. We can get forging. Oh, it's too low. Stay up there. Oh, nice. It actually did. I love when pipes listen to me. Alright, that's part 2 of 3. And here's the gear. I do find it funny. Not that I mind, but I do find it funny that you barely can walk with these things, but you can also throw them like a football. It's like, is it heavy? Or just cumbersome? And there we go. Forge is ready. And I'm gonna light some of these braziers around the Belegost forge. I wish it would default to wood scraps. It's like, I really wouldn't want to use resin or coal for this. Especially not coal. If you're trying to save up coal for a campfire, or hearth, rather. Alright, overwhelmingly, you guys say, fix my gear. So Horde is coming. They always, well, they don't always come, but they usually come when you get into a fight.
Drums, get ready to fight.
But soon we will have the option of making ourselves some nice gear. The Belegost set.
We got orcs.
What Akbar do I have on my bar?
That's one more for me.
I don't recognize the symbol. I'll just take it. Oh, it's a swift. That's probably not going to help me too much here. There are some really nice ingots on the ground. So once I'm done killing off this horde, which seems to not be engaging me, I'm going to want to clean up the stuff on the ground, for sure.
This one dead.
Like, they're dropping, like, silver ingots and stuff. Be a real shame to have that go to waste. That looks real nice from up here. Hey, gobbies. Are you coming? Do you not know how doors work? Are you vampires? Do I need to invite you in? You are invited. Please join me. Alright, is there any junk? Yeah, I'll get rid of a 6 stone so I can pick up the silver. Can I do anything with coins? Yes. You can build treasure hoards to then appreciate the fact that you have treasure hoards. I know. Not exactly the answer you're looking for, but you can... The bigger the horde, the longer the buff, and there is a bit of a benefit. So now that they're dead, we are going to want to get Shinar ingots, leather, and Numorian cloth. And we're going to want 3, 9... And then for leather, we'll want 2, 4, 6, 7, and cloth we'll want, what was it? 3, 2, 4, 6, 3, 9. Okay. Got it. So I'm going to stick a little hearth here so we can teleport back somewhere to grab our supplies. Inventory is completely full, so it's good that we're doing a little drop-off. Heading to the map Homestone. It's afternoon, and I am starving out of my mind, so I think it's also pretty reasonable to make some lunch. Alright, weapons chest, I don't need to interact with. Gemstones. We are out of space. At some point, not to put my thumb on the scale, but oh, I really didn't need true quartz. It might be wise for me to spend some time cutting down those like fancy mushrooms so that I can have nicer, larger chests, because that's a bit of a problem. I'm like out of space for a lot of things. These starter chests don't hold much. Alright, we're nice and fed. We'll put the coins away in our little treasure pile up here. Maybe do some repairs. So when you admire, this is like a coin pile. When you admire the coin pile, you get a damage buff against orcs. So the benefit of a coin pile is primarily that you install it in your main base, and then if your main base is ever attacked, you can admire your coin pile and be able to defend. So the Shinar ingots that we're going to want are copper, tin, and silver. And we are going to need to do a little bit of mining for this stuff, I think, in order to get what we need. So we wanted to make the new gear. And I should update the priority above my head. Make better armor. Pretty straightforward. So, on my own forge, as you can see, it is not one of the recipes that I can do. Right? It's not here. So, that's only made at the Great Belegost Forge. I do have the materials for the boots, but I don't have enough Shinar ingots for the gauntlets and the ringmail or the helmet if we want to go up to the helmet too. The helmet is kind of cosmetic. It's a tier 2 helmet. Our helmet is a tier 2 helmet, but I kind of want it anyway. So, that means we are gonna go need to get some copper and tin and silver. Copper should be pretty close by in the starting zone. So I'm just gonna find one of these copper spots. Oh, for real? There's probably unmarked copper, given its given how it is not rare at all. But I think before I start hunting down that stuff, I'll go back to the forge and make myself at least the first piece of the armor. So, here in the craft recipe, we will go make maybe ringmail, as that is the most expensive piece. I'm also going to put my entire current Erebor set away. Maybe what I'll do, actually, is dye it all red, and then put it away. And we can decorate up here with it, or somewhere. But I've been putting my armor on armor stands once I graduate out of it. Put an armor stand here. Like a little scarecrow. Oh, it looks nice. These plants are 3 out of 4, so I should be harvesting them somewhat soon. Yeah, I stopped mining copper, and I stopped marking it, so it doesn't surprise me that, like, I don't have it. The map stone that I just made, I should also label the Belegost Forge, so that I know specifically what it is, because right now it's unlabeled. Sometimes when you build a map stone, it will label itself. We'll just call this Belegost Mapstone. Alright. So the other things that are here, there's a halberd, a two-handed halberd that is tier 3. We don't need tier 3. If anything, we need tier 4. We already have a tier 3 weapon. And the tier 2 Rhadamant spear. I didn't actually bring the leather and the cloth. Good job, me. And then there's also the hammer. So this hammer is the upgraded version of the steel hammer, which we'll probably want as well. Leather and... Alright, perfect. Alright, there's the lovely ring mill. And then the furnace here, I can also make the ingots. So that's another easy way to do it. So let's go back home. We'll have a bit of a rest. I'll collect all of my silver, copper, tin. And this is exactly why I said before that if and when possible, do not turn all of your copper and tin into bronze and silver into silver ingots. Because if you do, you end up in a situation where you need copper, tin, silver, but not for copper, tin, and silver ingots, for the next ingots. So don't burn your supply by turning them into ingots, unless you are aware of the upgrade path, I guess. All right, so I'm gonna bring true quartz, stone, granite. I should put my salt somewhere. I probably need, honestly, another chest. I mean, we're straight up running out of chests everywhere. Could you not? Blitch, thank you for the cheer. Yeah, the like save and load looks like it's bonking me on the head. Kinda looks like it's bonking Yoda. Alright, we got first light. Roasting pit. We'll make a deep hash. Sounds good. Get our drink on.
Poor little Baggins sat for tea, stuffy as a hobbit could be, when the bell it rang, and what did he see? 200 guests a-waiting for he. They hung right up the hoods they wore, but told him not that there'd be more. They poured the milk on the pantry floor, when Feely and Keely came knocking at Bilbo's door. Oh, I live for ale, a fire, and a song.
So, collecting all the bonuses. We have Ore Focus, which is not, honestly, a bonus I like to have, because you can just sing when you're mining for an Ore Focus. So it's like, cool, but not useful. I am going to spend some of our balsam wood on another one of these high-capacity chests. I think it's time. And I'm going to put farmed stuff in here. I might try to separate out what is alchemical from our food chest for what is, like crams probably can be removed out of here, and then maybe I'll take all the salt out of here too, so we have a specific spot for salt. I'm just trying to organize it a little bit more. And yes, I am hoarding salt. There's like a good reason for it. As you progress further and deeper into the game, you do get to a point where certain materials become increasingly more scarce. And if those materials are also subsequently materials that you need for upgrade paths and the like, you know, it really helps to amass them. So the first thing I want to do before we go on the hunt for tin, copper, and silver is to collect the stuff from the Elven Quarter so that I can also make more lembas bread. Always helps to have bread for the road. It's a lifesaver. Alright, we got 3 out of 4. And on this trip, let's also grab the apples, the blooms. Wouldn't hurt to have oven wood.
A bear nest.
Yeah. I ain't scared of you, bear. And then this area might even have... So it has, like, feathers if we really wanted feathers, which I don't use ranged weapons really at all, so I don't care too much. But we can also look to see if there is any unmined stuff on the walls while we're here. Because there typically is, like, that's iron. Tin might be, of the materials that I'm lacking, the trickiest, or trickier of the 3. Because silver's very common in the lower deeps. And, copper is very common as well. But tin, we have found to be a lot less common. So that's coal. And we can also enter the Mines of Moria from here, too. And just scan the Mines of Moria. That'd be a pretty easy thing to do, because the entrance is right here. Let's do that. So we got all of our elven crops. I don't really care for precious gems. We're not after it, and I don't need it. Let's go right. In hindsight, in my experience, going up when you enter the Mines of Moria takes you further from where you really want to be. Because down below is where most of the mining happens. I'm not really seeing any nodes over here. That's probably a fatal fall. I'll take the longer way down. So I did mark some copper here. Good job, me. And silver. And tin. I wonder if the tin's actually still there. I can always try.
We got orcs!
Get him.
That's all you got? Perfect!
That one is just like, yeah, I'm a spectator. I'm a background character. Just ignore me. I'll ignore you.
I hear something.
Fortunately, with the Quarry Master, this should not take long.
I've ne'er beheld my cause a doom, but know my home will greet me there. The gates will part like open arms, entrusting me with jewels rare. Below the mountains 3 and tall lie pillared halls that stand apart. I've ne'er beheld my cause a doom, but know the road I'll take by heart. Ha!
Ah, a song for a mining heart.
Alright, that is easily enough copper for all the Shanor that I probably want. Now it's just a matter of getting the tin and the silver. That's more copper. Iron. Iron is everywhere. The songs add a lot of charm. I agree. Alright, I'm not actually moving towards where my markers are. Maybe I ought to. There's some copper up that way. Come on. What else is here? More copper. Alright, perhaps I'll double back and go to where I've marked down tin. Because I know tin was a little tricky for me to find. Maybe I can cut through... No, I probably can't cut through this way. Oh no, maybe I can. I didn't realize I kicked the platform out under them. That's just cruel. I almost feel bad about that one. But they're orcs, so I don't.
Quiet. I see prey ahead.
Oh, it's a big note of silver too. Oops, that was not a good platform. So that should keep us running for a bit. It was a trick shot. I'm surprised I didn't go in. Nearly did. And then, if my luck holds, there will be tin at the tin marker. I did have some tin on me, but probably not enough tin for all the ingots I need. So I'm going to guess I need about a little over a dozen ingots left for the hammer and the rest of the armor pieces. Maybe a little bit more than a dozen. So I said there was tin this way. Let's hope I didn't... Past me didn't lie to present me. Loads of copper everywhere. Yeah, almost every node is either copper or iron at this point, with coal interspersed. I do... What is my... Oh, new quests. Continue along the road, crossbows, and the Durin's axe fragment. Yep. That is a lot of iron. That whole column is basically just iron. Tin up there. Oh no. I wish I could jump like an elf sometimes, you know? Jump like a long ear. It would help. Oh, double tin. Okay, cool. Given the tin scarcity, I'll probably get more tin than I get copper and silver. Because tin, in my experience, or at least in my map RNG, is a lot more annoying to obtain in mass. So I'll just get a lot of it as it's here. I'm glad these giant rock pillars aren't load-bearing. That would be a real problem. that'd be kind of funny if you weren't careful about how you mine, the whole thing caved in. Greed, meet consequences. We are running into a situation where I might not have room for all the tin. And that is a good problem to have. Probably don't need all the garnet I'm getting either. So the semi-precious stones are for clothing dyes, and the precious stones are for, mostly for blessings, like weapon blessings. So amassing tons and tons of, garnet is not super useful in that it's only just like a weapon dye material. Alright, I think that about does it. We're now well stocked. Delete the marker and head to the closest map stone, which I have no idea what that is. I guess Mines of Moria is the only one in this zone, so that's where we'll go back to. I'll queue up some of the... I'll try to spread out where I queue up the smelting of the ingots so that we can get more smelted quicker. Because otherwise I'm gonna end up filling my, my smelters. Grab gold if it's on the way. So gold is one of those materials that I don't find is all that needed. You get an abundance of it through just like normal game interactions, and you don't need tons of it. So if there's ever materials that you see me like overlooking, there's a fair chance, certainly no guarantee, but a fair chance that it's just not something that you ever need to amass. Depends on how you play, of course. If you want to build a massive gilded dwarf fortress of sorts, then yeah, you're going to want a lot of gold for the gilding. I don't care to make myself a gilded base. Just not really a desire of mine. It's pretty easy for me to ignore the stuff. Alright, I forgot I need bellows to be able to do it. Rather than make multiple bellows, I'll just use the Belegost forge. I wonder if Narvi can do it too. But the Belegost forge and my home furnace. If I don't have a chest full of each kind of ore, you're not playing like you? Either that or a pallet. Okay, so I'm out of silver. How many? I should probably have counted. So on the home forge, I have 9 queued up, and here I have 5. So with 14 total, this costs 2. 5 total, 7 total, 10 total. So I have enough now. I might need some Abossum wood for the hammers, though, and then I need to get more cloth and leather. But at least that's queued up. If I am... Let's go into the lower deeps and get some Abossum wood while I'm already in the biome. While the smelters are smelting. Tin, silver, and copper would seem to make a rather soft alloy. Well, it's magical tin, copper, and silver. Red, thank you for the resub. What about upgrading my axe? I don't have knowledge to do that. Like, I don't have a blueprint waiting for a better axe. Otherwise, I would. Character's starting to get tired, but I'm going to try to go to sleep at like a normal hour after doing the crafting. So, in terms of the recipes for weapons, here's my recipe list for the weapons on the Belegost forge. So, no axes. Narvi's forge, no axes. And then my own forge. The battle axe is the same tier as my axe, and it's two-handed. And then I'm already... Oh, actually, do I have an iron war axe? No, I take that back. I think I have an iron war axe. So I could do a two-hander axe. I just... Whoops. Don't kill the goat. I just don't feel the need. Because this thing is fast enough at getting the Abossum. But if you guys want to vote for it, yeah, that's cool. But I think 2 swings is like... too fast... Here's the thing, it's 2 fast swings. The two-hander battle axe is not exactly fast. And any of the extra Abossum wood can go towards bigger elven chests. So that I can fit materials in where they need to go. Another reason I like to farm around here in the lower deeps is the blaze shrooms, which is a useful forge fuel. So you don't have to burn up so much coal. How much of it do I have? 32 so far? Alright, let's turn in. I want to get that tree, though. This tree's got to get cut down. I wish the bigger trees yielded more. They really don't. There's really just about no advantage to go after the tallest mushroom structures here in the deeps. And what'll probably... Oh, Roy, thank you for the resub. What I'll probably end up doing is just like going to sleep, letting the forges do their forging, and then collect the materials in the morning. I think that makes more sense, because I doubt it's been long enough for all of those ingots that I queued up to be finished. So after I make new gear, what do you want me to do thereafter? I'll leave it up to you. Salt and farm. As long as I know what it means, it works for me. I'm gonna need a new gemstone chest soon. Well, we'll deal with that tomorrow. Thank you for tuning in to Lord of the Rings Return to Moria, which originally streamed live on Twitch December 27th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you would like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow dwarves.